Hey, this is Steve Blume, and I'm here with Bob Tiffin today. Hello, Bob. How are you?
Hello. How you doing, Steve?
I'm awesome. Well, obviously, we know who Bob Tiffin is and what he's done over the years with Tiffin Motorhome. We're here at the NIRVC Expo, a VIP experience in Lebanon, Tennessee. And Tiffin is a big contributor to that. Lots of great motorhomes, all with Tiffin names on them. And so we appreciate Mr. Bob Tiffin taking the time to sit down with us and discuss this. So, you know, we were just curious. People were talking around about where did the names come from, and we're better to hear it than from Bob. So, Bob, I know where Tiffin came from. Where did Allegro come from?
Well, when we decided to go in the motorhome business, we needed a name. And back in those days, the motorhomes were all listed in Trader Life or Motorhome Life, and they were listed by two ways. They're listed by the manufacturer's name, or they were listed by the product name. And so I told Judy, my wife, I said, we need to come up with a name that starts in A. And she says, why? I said, well, if we call it Tiffin, it's going to be way down in the bottom of that, and it'll be the last one they'll see just about it. So I said, we need a name that starts with A. And she came up with Allegro right off the bat because she was a musician and she understood music. So when the word Allegro came in the music, it means to pick the tempo up and get faster. And so she said, we'll just call it Allegro. I said, okay, that's great. So that's how the name came along. We called it Allegro.
So what was the first model that you actually had to name besides Allegro, or was it always Allegro?
It's always been Allegro, but the first model we built was a 20. We built two models. We built a 33 Allegro gasoline unit, and we built a 32.
Yeah, they were all gasoline back then.
That's right, and the 33 was the largest, and the 32 was smaller.
Okay, so when did you first put a model name on something besides Allegro?
Well, it was later on. We needed a diesel, and so we needed to come up with another name. Well, I'd go to car shows and stuff, and so the nicest name, the nicest automobile for old cars was always a Phaeton. I said, well, we'll just call it Phaeton. And I said, well, reckon what that means, Phaeton means. And Phaeton was a name from the Roman Empire. All the governors of the Roman Empire ran around in a Phaeton. And it means a fancy four-wheel carriage, and that's what they had.
Wow, you talk about a perfect name, and it just happened to work out great.
Absolutely.
And I guess in people's mind, that visual of a quality automobile, and that's perfect. That could not have been better.
That's right. The Phaeton has been really nice for us. We've had good luck with the Allegro and the Phaeton too.
Oh, so what came after that?
Well, we needed to build something that was a little different, so we decided to build the Allegro Bus. And so we needed a diesel with a rear engine, so that's what we did. We called it the Allegro Bus, but it needed some time to understand what it's about. When we started building the diesel motorhome, and we called some of them, we called it Allegro and different ones, everybody came by and said, well, I've got a bus. Well, the first thing we did, we put a front door on that bus, and it looked like a bus. And so we'll just call it the Allegro Bus. So that's how the Allegro Bus came up, and that's where we're still using that same name today.
And that's the distinction, the visual of it is that front door where it looks like a bus.
That's right.
Okay, no famous Roman mythology or anything like that.
No, actually, we listened to what our owner said, and we'll let them really name it when it got right down to brass tacks.
Okay, so after the bus, what other one?
Well, we decided we needed a Zephyr and something more expensive, and so we named it Zephyr. And of course, we didn't need to call it a bus because it was different. And so we decided to name it Zephyr. And we got the question about what does the word Zephyr mean? Well, the word Zephyr, if you look it up in the dictionary, it means the strong west wind. And when I was a boy, there was a Zephyr that ran from Denver to Chicago in the daylight. In other words, it could make that trip in about 12 hours. And so they named that train the Zephyr. And so I've got a picture of that first Zephyr down in my office. And so we decided to call that big motorhome we built, still call it Zephyr. And this is a great name too, because all the names we have a meaning. We decided to build something smaller and diesel, and so we came out with a Wayfarer. And the Wayfarer, we built it in Winfield, Alabama to begin, but we needed something that was tricky, and people understood it. Well, in the Bible it says a wayfaring man. And so I said, well, we'll just call it Wayfarer because it means traveling around all the place. And so we still got that name in our little 25 RW Wayfarer, and that's been a real hit for us. We sell a lot of those Wayfarers.
Perfect name, perfect name for that. I love how those have meaning.
On the open road that we build and still build, people would come with their gasoline units to the plant, and they would be calling them open road. And I said, well, that's a good name. We'll just use both of those names. We'll call it open road, and we'll put Allegro right under it. So it's Allegro Open Road. And so that's what they had, when we started, we offered the Allegro gas, and then we needed another distinction, so we called it Open Road. So we put both those names on the side of every Allegro gas we build.
Now, I noticed also the sticker built in Red Bay, Alabama on the Tiffin Motorhomes. What prompted that, and has always been done?
Well, when we started building motorhomes, I decided that we needed to let people know where we were and who built it and where it was at. And so we did one decal and had all those names. Built by Tiffin Motorhomes, Red Bay, Alabama. We still do that. One time I decided to leave Red Bay, Alabama off, and people they would come back to the plant and want Red Bay, Alabama put back on there. So we still do that. So they wanted to know where that was something that they wanted to know. They wanted to know about it and want to know where it was at. So I think that's really important. People have as much information about where things are built as they can get.
No, I agree. I think that's awesome, and that is further value to the brand.
Sure.
And I appreciate it. As a Tiffin owner myself, I love it. Thank you, Bob, for taking the time to share this with us. It is always a pleasure to learn about the early days of Tiffin and how things developed. If you like what you're seeing, please like and subscribe. Thank you, and see you next time.